Hello all and welcome back to my Let's Play of Harvester. Time to go kick some ass if Steve's stance is any indication. So you may be wondering why Steve is at the cemetery. I honestly forgot why I came here. Steve's walking animation with a weapon looks so dumb.
Well, that didn't work.
Looks like I'm going to go into the mausoleum. Silly me. I needed a better weapon. Jeez, they paid for every expense for the sound effects in this game. What is this? Well, that was underwhelming. The nauseating smell must have come from this crappy interior. Okay, so we're not actually supposed to be here yet. I guess I had just wanted to do it anyway. Let's skip forward to the next part.
Exquisite claw.
This game can't be real.
Trigger quite a bit of dissension amongst our gallant firefighters. Still, that is not your concern. Your next assignment is to break into the tonsorial establishment of Mr. Pastorelli and abscond with his prized barber's pole.
Come on.
Lack of respect for authority, a fine trait for a member of the Order. Yes, I approve, Stephen. I hope you succeed in your task. Break into the shop, steal the barber's pole, and bring it back to me. At that point, I shall give you your final task.
And if you keep it up, you'll be in charge in no time. Holy hell, this day went quick. And another terrible night for a curse. Alright, let's steal that pole, which is something I never thought I'd ever say. Oh shoot, the store is locked. I guess I should make Steve go home. Sure is. Oh, good old trusty axe. I see this bad boy getting me out of plenty of jams. Oh shit, that sheep is possessed. Okay, I guess everything says the same thing that it usually does. Safety first. You know, I don't actually know if Steve can get electrocuted by that or not.
Well, that didn't work. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Man, what a short day. Okay, goodbye everyone. Alright, I guess I'll do some more. You know, I don't get why the developers couldn't just create different scenes for the transitions between days. Disc 2. Now, where did I put that one? Wait, where's the audio? Oh, there it is.
Leave me alone, will ya? This is the good part.
What can I say? The kid loves watching the same thing over and over and over.
Hello, dear. Did you hear what happened at the barber shop? Someone broke into Pastorelli's salon and took his antique barber's pole.
Oh,
The next morning,
no.
Pastorelli touched some live wires that the thief left lying around and was electrocuted.
Whoops. Way to go,
Well,
Steve.
That darn foreigner got what he deserved, if you ask me. Coming into a nice little town like Harvest and stealing business.
They took their
Heavens,
gerbs?
If a bowl and scissors were good enough for your father, I don't see why decent working folk need a fancy wop styling their hair. That's how it goes. First you get a sissy trim, then bang, you're a communist. Isn't it exciting? 5 days and 1,200 cookies later.
I was going to make a comment on the last thread, but we're on to the next one, so here we are.
Those 1,200 cookies. How many are you taking to the sale?
Oh, about 20. The rest were stale. But the effort wasn't wasted. It's for a good cause. Will you be at the school tonight?
I guess so.
That's nice, dear. It's good to be open to new experiences.
Don't you think it's odd having a bake sale to pay for burying out-of-towners?
Gosh hooties, what should
Gosh,
we do? Leave them in
hooties.
the
I
street?
think I have another
Of
stream
course we should
notification
bury
sound clip.
But why do so many out-of-towners drop dead in Harvest?
I have wondered about that, and I think it has something to do with the air.
Or plot
There's
holes.
nothing wrong with the air. It's perfectly clean.
That's what I mean. Big city folk, they get so used to smog that clean air is a shock to their systems. Gets them every time. Stop speaking.
Huh, you can't hear that dialogue twice.
Stop. Don't forget to put the
Yeah. Well, time to survey the damage. Oh, damn. You know, I don't think that sheep is alive anymore at all.
Think about taking some of that siding off my hands, son.
Man, this guy didn't miss a
I was
beat.
the one what found Pastorelli this morning after he stepped in the water with the live wires hanging out. His body was so burnt his arms and legs was blackened, fused together, and the sheep was well done too.
If only he had purchased my siding.
Problem is, both was burnt so bad, and the flesh all crisp and distorted, limbs melded. You couldn't tell them apart. And well, I didn't want to take a chance on eating Italian. No, sir, I didn't.
What?
I tell you, the only thing worse than a fire station full of sissies is a fire station full of peeved sissies. They're all accusing each other of stealing some silk underwear or something.
See, he got over Pastorelli
Better set
really quickly.
Fire with fire, be happy in Harvest. 'Cause we got a fire station full of flamers. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I hope this is the last time I spoke to him.
I can't talk now, son. I guess you heard that dang idiot.
Glad he found something to
Pastorelli
talk
went out
about
and got
after all.
himself electrocuted. Somebody stole the barber's pole. The alarm system triggered the sprinkler. There was water on the floor this morning, and the darn crook left exposed wires out. The Pastorelli came in, flipped the switch, and then zap! Maybe them aliens is hot for colored glass after all.
Okay, let's move on. Well, let's see what everyone here has to say.
Did you say how?
It's, you know, with a slaughterhouse full of meat in town, what kind of nutcase would steal a barber's pole?
Well, glad to hear Mr.
Oh, well.
Potsdam still has his priorities
Pastorelli
straight.
won't need it where he is. God rest his soul.
At least that was short and sweet. Well, Steve has got to get a quick peek in.
I'm glad to see you. I feel so alone, cooped up in here.
An imaginary friend would be
understand that
better
bake
company
sale
than
was
Steve,
today.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you'd think it was the second coming the way everyone is acting around here.
But it's such a good
It's
cause.
insane. The maniacal attention paid to this bake sale, like all the women in Harvest came from the same cookie cutter. It's unnatural, unhealthy, almost a parody of how things should be.
A bad parody, but a parody
I
nonetheless.
see my mother throwing out whole batches of cookies, like an automaton getting rid of its surplus product.
My so-called mother has been baking cookies all week, and then throwing them out. Better that than getting rid of us.
She
Wait
could have at
around long
least
enough.
shared them.
I have a feeling they'll get to it. I don't know if you heard or not, but Mr. Pastorelli, the barber, he's dead.
Oh yeah, that
Looks
was
like somebody
all
stole
me.
the barber's pole from him, then left the exposed electrical wires and some water on the floor. Pastorelli walked in, flipped on the lights, and... Know anything about that?
Yeah, let's take credit for that too.
Oh my God! Steve, that was no little prank! A man died!
It was an accident. Forgot about the live wires in the water.
That doesn't change the fact that you killed him. This initiation killed him.
It was just an accident.
An accident which wouldn't have happened if not for the lodge. Don't you see? I'm beginning to think that the lodge poisons everything it touches. Harvest, even you.
He wasn't
I
a
didn't
saint to
create
begin
this
with, lady.
situation.
Are you sure?
No. But however it started, I'm gonna see it through to the end.
Vandalism, theft, manslaughter. What's next, Steve? Murder?
The next initiation is to return a VHS to Blockbuster without rewinding it.
I was more
It doesn't
worried
matter
about
that this
getting
is
out of
supposed to be
here
the
than anything
50s.
else.
That's the next task.
But now that I know you, I'm worried about you too.
I'm fine.
A man is dead because of you. How can you be fine? You've got to stop this. Tell me, is anything positive going to come out of this lodge initiation crap?
No.
Yeah, or escape, hopefully.
It just seems to me that this order of yours is getting you in deeper and deeper trouble.
They can't make me do anything I don't want to do.
No, but maybe when it's all said and done, you'll want to do anything.
You've got to trust me.
I like to think that she's saying bye to us
Come back
here.
and visit me soon.
Come on, Steve. You can't do anything right. Jeez. Run, Steve, run!
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around.
Wait, was Mr.
You had
Potsdam
plenty of time
watching?
to think
Who
about
else
it,
was
boy.
there?
Somebody help me!
Okay, I'll skip ahead. Let's talk to Mr. Moynihan again. Huh, I guess I didn't go directly to Moynihan. Ah, looks like there's a funeral today. Steve, what are you reaching for? Another award-winning cutscene. Perfect. I guess Steve has always wanted a picture of a dead body. Look at this sweet picture I just took, Mr. Moynihan. I thought this guy used glue and not anything else. Why am I saying that like I actually care?
Young man, we really have nothing to say to each other. I have the feeling your image shall soon adorn my slab, and I'd rather not know the face of the meat I'm slicing. It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to harvest to die.
Look, if you don't want to
They
talk to
simply
Steve,
drop
then
dead,
don't keep
penniless,
talking.
And they all need burials. Like that corpse in the chapel, all dressed up and nowhere to go. No mourners, no point. But I still must provide them with prompt burials by town charter, and absorb the losses myself.
Out of everyone in Harvest,
God knows by
this
putting
is the
these
guy
people
that is
the
on the
Wayward
up and
Hotel,
up?
I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well? My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them. I do hope you'll attend the bake sale and spend heavily. It's for the needy, you know.
The
Sure.
needy being
And all they have
Mr.
to do to
Moynihan.
benefit is die.
A ditch makes a poor resting place. You'll need to learn that, if you ever want to leave Harvest.
Spoilers,
sound like
I
I
don't think
have a
that has
choice.
anything to do with
A
anything in
choice
Harvest.
that is rapidly vanishing. The corpse reclining in the chapel right now is a
Is
prime
reclining the
example of
best word to
difficulties
use
I
here?
face. For unfathomable reasons, this bum decided to wander into Harvest and summarily drop dead.
Just like that.
Indeed. He died of purely natural causes. Of that I have no doubt.
But why come to Harvest to die? You say this happens often. Isn't that a little too much of a coincidence?
Or maybe bad
I've
writing.
often puzzled over the situation myself.
That's way
Though I
too
can
much
assure you,
text.
young man, that nothing untoward is happening in Harvest. On the contrary, it's an indication of our compassion that I put up hobos in the Wayward Hotel, and the Order of the Harvest Moon mandates their prompt burial, even when they are without family or means, and when it entails losses on my part. I'd say it's been a pleasure.
But it hasn't been
Find the
one for
company
either of us.
Ah, you've taken up photography, I see. Now why on earth would you choose such a grotesque subject?
That John Doe you got boxed up in the chapel? He didn't just drop dead. Someone helped him take the plunge.
You may be right. I'm a mortician, not a medical examiner.
You don't have to be to know that being ripped to shreds can be detrimental to your health.
Harvester is
This
also
is not
detrimental to
something you
one's
want
health.
to be
Just
looking
take it from
into,
me.
young man. Got the goods, have you? You're in Harvest, my young friend. Have you tried the road out of town yet?
Wait, is there a road
Do
out of
so and you
town?
may
Can I
question
leave?
Exactly who has who.
Look, are you going to tell me what I want to know, or do I go to the sheriff with these pictures?
That would be a grave mistake, I assure you. I've told you all I can. My losses have been substantial of late, so I can't offer you money. The only thing I can give you in exchange for the photographs is my tube of astro glue.
Sold.
I do suggest you take it, for it's all you'll get from me. A wise decision. When a
Yeah, shut up. Well, once again, Mr. Moynihan has sucked the will from me to want to record more. So let's end with the playthrough portion here for the day. But let's not end on a bad note with Mr. Moynihan. Let's see what happens if Steve shows that picture of the corpse to the people around town.
Oh, now that's really something. Isn't that the mortuary? That poor fella looks like he's been killed.
According to Mr. Moynihan, this man died of natural causes.
Oh, well then, he is the mortician. He should know. Still, looks funny, doesn't it? You might want to call this to the attention of the sheriff. Make him earn his pay for once.
Say, that's quite a spread you got there.
That's not a buffet. That's a photo of a corpse that I took in Moynihan's mortuary.
That's an awfully peculiar thing to do, Steve.
Supposedly bums wander in from out of town all the time and die of natural causes. Moynihan told me this guy was one of those bums. Those slashes look natural to you?
I couldn't say, Steve. I'm not a mortician. But I'd worry less about bums and more about getting into the lodge if I were you.
Oh my. Well, that's nothing to fret about. Everything is fine. Just fine.
Oh my God. Who is that?
I took that picture in the local mortuary. This was a homeless man who wandered into town. The mortician claimed he died of natural causes. I decided to check it for myself. That's what I found.
Steve, that man was murdered. Maybe you should take this to the sheriff.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh, that's disgusting. Take it away.
Do you know anything about this man? Hear anything about his murder?
My stars. He was obviously just a wandering bum without family or connections.
How would you know that, Mrs. Phelps?
You don't shit where you eat, young man.
How disgusting. That's one of Moynihan's hobos, isn't it?
That's right. You told me this man died of natural causes. Those slashes tell me otherwise.
Maybe you should take that photo to the sheriff. Maybe he'll stick it to someone else for a change. Is that one of them avant-garde pictures? Can't say I care for 'em.
It looks like that filler took a mighty nasty spill.
Not according to Moynihan.
Offhand, I'd say he was mistaken.
War is hell, mister. Sometimes you just have to accept that there will be civilian casualties.
We're not at war, Colonel. This man was obviously murdered.
Why pester me with this? My job is to protect our nation. The citizens can go hang for all I care. I have more important things on my mind. Son, don't...
Sloppy work. Obviously not a professional butcher.
Is that all you have to say? This man was killed.
You sure? Maybe he died and someone slashed him up just for fun.
What kind of psycho would do something like that?
Couldn't say.
You got this at Moynihan's, didn't you? Why, show it to me, big guy. It's clear you still have a lot to learn, youngster. I do hope you manage it before the scythe falls. You got a good explanation for a foolish act. You're barking up the wrong tree, Steve. Don't waste time spreading gossip and antagonizing people. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon. Only then will your education be complete.
Well, that didn't work. Okay.
My stars, where did you get this?
It's a corpse over at Moynihan's mortuary.
I see. One of his wandering bums, no doubt. Those people have a habit of straying into town and dropping dead.
They just happened to get slashed to death?
I'm sure I don't know, though the subject is quite interesting. I'd show this to the class to show them the consequences of disobedience and general orneriness. But they already know what the consequences are, right, class?
I've told you what you must do until you...
Oh, I'm not interested in that kind of stuff.
Ah, it's nice to know you carry a picture of me around with you, son. But really, please, get out of here before she catches us. I don't have time to look at your collection.
Oh, man. Damn it.
I don't have...
I took this in Moynihan's mortuary.
Oh well, he was probably just a bum that wandered into town and dropped dead.
Looks like he had a little help on that drop.
That's not your concern, Steve. Though the fact that you had that photo might concern Mr. Moynihan. Why not pay him a visit?
Cool. That's pretty gross. I'll trade you my Gilman model for it. Boy, you sure got ripped.
Oh, man. Well, that didn't work.
Big whoop, Steve.
Well, that didn't work.
So, yeah, some characters seem concerned with what's going on and some don't care, per usual. Hank is actually the interesting one, though, since he actually gives Steve an item in return. That item is the Gilman toy, a toy that seemingly has no purpose. Same with like the Range Rider photo and the tampons. There's actually another toy that we can get from Hank that I think I forgot to show off, so I'll do that in the next video. That said, giving Hank either of the pictures is actually fine, as it doesn't prevent the player from being able to complete the game. Another fun fact, I think players can make copies of the pictures and give the copies to Hank for the toys. So with all that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video and got a few laughs. As always, thank you for watching. Hey y'all, a beta version demo of my game, Tales of Hyperia the Crimson Knight, is available to play over at my itch.io page. The link is down in the description. The final demo version is set to release by the end of the year, and we'll see massive improvements and upscaling. Make sure you stay tuned for updates.